Financial management. Good morning. Today I am on the top of the world. I am on the earth, and I am so happy because today I am live, and I am living my life with happiness. And now we want to learn financial management. So today we will learn third chapter, that is about financial management statement analysis. Financial statement analysis. So in this financial statement analysis, we will read the ratio analysis. And ratio analysis is the systematic use of ratio to interpret, assess the performance and status of the firm. So what is the trend ratio? So trend ratio is involve the evaluation of financial performance over a period of time using financial ratio analysis. So the inter-firm comparison involve the comparison of different firms' financial ratio at the point of time, involve the comparison of firms' ratio to those other in its industry or to the industry average. What is the liquidity ratio? Liquidity ratio is the ability of the firm to satisfy its short-term obligations as they become due. What is the net working capital? Net working capital is a measurement of liquidity calculated by the subtracting current liability from current asset. That means current asset minus current liability is equal to the working capital. Now we want to know what is the current ratio. So current ratio is the measurement of the liquidity calculated dividing the current asset by the current liability. So the current ratio equal to current asset upon current liability. Now what is the quick test ratio? It is quick assets upon current liability. So quick ratio is a measure of the liquidity calculated dividing current asset, minimize inventory and prepared expenses by the current liability. Now we will read the liquidity leverage capital structure ratio. So leverage capital structure ratio. First of all, first ratio is the debt equity ratio. Debt equity ratio measures the ratio of long-term or total debt to the shareholders' equity. That is long-term debt upon shareholders' equity. Now we want to know the profitability ratio related to the investment. So first of all, ROI, that is return of investment. Return on investment measures the overall effectiveness of management in generating profits with its available assets. We want to know the return on total shareholders' equity equal to the net profit after the taxes and average total shareholders' equity into 100. So the return on the ordinary shareholders' equity is the measurement on the return on the total equity fund of the ordinary shareholders. Now we want to know the EPS, that is a earning per share, which is equal to the net profit available to the equity shareholders upon the number of ordinary shareholders into this is the formula of calculating EPS. Now if you want to calculate the dividend per share, that is DPS, which is equal to the dividend paid to the ordinary shareholders upon number of ordinary shareholders, number of ordinary shares outstanding. To calculate the dividend payout ratio, that is DP ratio, which measures the portion of dividend paid to the earning available to the shareholders. Calculated total dividend, cash dividend to the equity shareholders upon total net profit belonging to the equity shareholders into 100. Now we want to know the importance and limitation of ratio analysis. So the ratio analysis is relevant to the assessing the performance of firms respect to the following aspects: the liquidity position, long-term solvency, and the operating efficiency, and the overall profitability, inter-firm comparison, and the trend analysis. Now the limitations. The limitations are as follow. First is the difficulty in comparison, impact of inflation, and conceptual diversity. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching this video.